Well, how you doing, everyone? As I said in chat, sorry for being a little bit late. Had a little bit of I guess you can call it technical difficulties. My entire house decided, you know what? Lux doesn't feel like having power today. And yeah, so basically, for the past 10 or so hours, I've been living like a little caveman. I was huddling, in a corner, rocking back and forth, wondering what is the point of living. When internet is down, when electricity is not there, I was struggling, honestly. The only thing that kept me going was my phone, which luckily was charged right enough to last through those 10 hours. So yeah, it was an adventure, if you will. But yeah, I hope you guys doing okay yourself. I hope you
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages.
had a little bit of a less stressful evening or day, I guess, for some of you. But yeah, today basically we're gonna start actually chipping away slightly at Inazuma quest. I know some of you are pretty excited about it, considering I was hyping it up for quite a while. But yeah, today is finally the day that we're gonna start doing it. Not sure if we're gonna actually get to Inazuma today, because there's quite a bit of pre-story with Kazuha and Beidou, but we'll try our best to do it. And we'll see how it goes from there.
Ad Astra Abyssal.
Liz, honestly, anything would be better. I can imagine, I can't imagine the last time I've actually stayed so long without electricity or internet to begin with. Because for some reason, it gave me just time to think, and I didn't like it. I felt like I was stranded. I felt like I was isolated from society. I was almost considering going out and maybe going for a run. But luckily I reconsidered. Luckily I pulled myself together and didn't make such a crazy idea happen. Instead, I just stayed at home. I did some exercise though. I did do that. I was a little bit productive. And I did do a little bit of general cleaning as well. So I guess not all effort was wasted, but you know what? Being productive is not like me. But yeah, other than that, I had some time to read in my spare time while I was literally embodying primordial life, or when internet was not a thing. So I had a few manhwas downloaded on my phone, and I basically spent good 5 hours reading that, which is a rare occasion for me, because usually I don't really have time for that. But I guess it was a bit of a blessing in disguise, if you will, because it gave me some time to, spend for myself. But yeah, it was kind of fun. I read a pretty interesting title. It was basically about a guy who was a bodybuilder, right? So the premise already is kind of strange, but it gets weirder. So the guy gets reincarnated, as protagonists do, pretty standard. But instead of just being reincarnated and just being like a normal protagonist, he is a bodybuilder who attempted to lift pretty much, I think, 10 tons. When you think about it, it's a lot of weight, right? But he does it. The main protagonist does it. And in the process of it, he breaks his back and gets, isekai'd into oblivion. And the entire premise of the story is basically him just beating up monsters and gaining his muscle back. His entire motivation in life is getting the biggest muscles possible. And his superpower is based on basically analyzing every single living creature's protein level. So how big they are. And he goes from there. And it honestly a pretty weird reading experience, but you know what? I had a good laugh at least, because his first mission, if you will, was basically subduing the entire village of like ghouls. And instead of like, you know, helping them or anything, what he does is makes them go through like rigorous training and makes them basically into into like hulks. So it's just like the entire village of like those short little ghouls becomes those massive like 3-meter tall lads. They just like flex on each other. They walk half naked with like muscles just budging out everywhere and just, you know, beating up people. So they become from weakest to pretty much annihilating anything in existence. And that's kind of where I got to. It was pretty fun. I haven't had such a good laugh in a while. I strongly recommend you checking it out. I think it's called Athlete's Martial Pass or something like that. It's a pretty fun read. But yeah, enough about me reading. It's not what we're here for. Let's get back to business and see what we actually need to do here. A plank? Do I just cut out? Ah, never mind. I was like, am I missing something? That's actually the first time I've seen this quest, which is a bit unusual, because usually I kind of know daily quests.
There is no escape. I'm going in.
It's a new one, because usually you need to transport these balloons, but it's kind of like tower defense, which is pretty interesting. Because I didn't know Monster still has stuff that I never saw, but I guess I get surprised every day. Liz, that's right. We all gotta get back to gym, you know? The lad, I'm telling you, the lad is insane, because he's like, his first basic encounter with a monster was basically him fighting a giant chicken. And he basically somehow makes his arm like extend 10 feet and just blow the head of the chicken like in one punch. He basically embodies Saitama for a second, but he's not bald, which is interesting. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I hope you guys get ready, by the way, for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna read something. I still haven't decided on what, but I did give you an offer yesterday to choose what you would like to see. And unless you come up with that, I already have in mind what we're gonna read. So you still have an offer on the table. So you still have the power, pretty much, to make me read whatever you want. I urge you to utilize that, because you never know when I'll allow you to do that again. Oh hey Kagiguchi, hopefully you're doing okay. I'm telling you, Kagiguchi, the lad literally just thinks about muscle gain. He literally doesn't think about anything else. I think while I was saying he was like training the village of ghouls, basically while everyone else was doing like 700 push-ups, the mad lad was doing 25,000. And he was still keeping going. And the worst thing was that the leader of the ghoul village had like a power to amplify weights. So he basically put like a giant boulder on our protagonist and like multiplied by 10 weight. And the guy still kept going like it's nothing. So honestly, that manhwa motivated me to get back into gym, because goddamn, I want to do that as well. I want to feel like, you know, I'm able to deadlift a boulder like it's nothing. Because I haven't done deadlifts in ages because of my back. But I kind of felt like doing one for the first time in ages. I think when I was still going to gym, I was actually able to deadlift, I think around 150 kilos, around that much. I think, but the thing is, I never did it for like the highest weight I could go for. I always did it what I was comfortable with because I never wanted to break my back. And that was kind of where I felt comfortable with. So if you guys don't know what deadlift is, basically is instead of going for reps, you go for like the maximum weight you can possibly lift and just go from there. It's kind of not very good actually for you. The only reason why you would do it is just to kind of test your limit. I personally wouldn't recommend doing it. I just more of a, you know, repetition type exercising enthusiast, because you don't want to break your back. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to get isekai'd while you're in a gym, you know? You want to get isekai'd by a raccoon, if anything, because that's a sure way. If you just break your back in a gym, there's no guarantee, you know? You gotta be sure. If you're gonna go out, you gotta go out with a style. And what better way to go out than, you know, be transported by the magical creature, the Truck Sun himself. Honestly, the thing about exercising, I think there's a common misconception that you get bigger muscles by just training. That is not the case at all. So, to give you a little bit of like biology lesson, guys, basically when you exercise, your muscles break down, right? And the way you gain muscles is by repairing them. So by actually getting enough sleep and eating. That's how you repair your muscles. And while you repair your muscles, you stimulate growth. So if you just exercise, it actually doesn't do anything. It's only like damaging your body. You actually need to rest as well. That's why you shouldn't like exercise every single day if you are just starting. You only should do like enough where you don't feel exhausted if you want to exercise daily. Because I knew some people that would like go to gym every single day and they just wouldn't get any bigger. They would just remain the same. And the main reason because they either didn't sleep enough or they didn't eat enough. And honestly, that's why I kind of stopped going to gym, because I remember I used to like force myself to eat a lot, because usually I don't eat a lot. If anything, I sometimes eat like once a day. I usually don't eat breakfast, and I very, very rarely eat lunch. So usually I just eat dinner, and that's kind of it for me. But yeah, if you are actually trying to gain muscles, you need to eat like at least 3 times a day. As a minimum. Some people go for like 7 times a day. And it's just, I just can't force myself to do that. Because if anything, every single time I eat in the morning, I feel terrible.
Reminds me of another time.
Because I feel tired afterwards. And like, just during lunch, I'm never hungry. So that's kind of why I don't eat during those times. And just at dinner time, I just eat enough to like not be hungry. It's not because I'm like on a diet or anything. It's just because I'm not hungry. That's the only reason. Like, I know there's a diet that actually encourages you to eat once a day. I think it's called Inabit diet, which is basically the entire idea is you have basically 6 hours between your entire meal in a day. That's the maximum you're allowed to have. And I think it just makes your body feel like it needs to burn something, and instead of burning calories, it burns you like fat cells, and it just like stimulates better sleep and stuff like that. So maybe I was on a diet all this while without realizing it. But yeah, I kind of heard about it from one of my friends who is a personal instructor in the gym. I was just casually having a conversation with him, and he told me that. And I was like, well, I guess I'm doing it.
Let's light it up.
Because I never actually was a big fan of dieting at all, because I kind of don't like limiting myself with what I eat or like how I eat stuff. Because, you know, some diets makes you like not eat sugar, some diets makes you not eat carbs, certain diets makes you like eat at a specific time. There's diets that makes you like drink gallons of water. There's a variety of those. But the one diet where you just need to eat like only fat, so pretty much like just bacon and butter all the time, which might sound amazing for a day, but after a while you probably will feel like crap. So yeah, there's some crazy diets out there. I kid you not. There's one diet, I think, where you just eat, like, specific color stuff. There's, like, color diets, where people just eat, like, red things, or, like, green things. I don't know what it does for you, but it's a thing. I presume it does nothing. But I could be wrong.
Make yourselves at home.
Maybe it unlocks, like, the power of rainbow inside of you.
Cascade.
I don't know, but it's kind of weird. Oh, hey, Nat. Hopefully you're doing okay. I probably should have brought cryo to this. I kind of miscalculated a little bit.
Everyone hold hands.
I hate these Electro Futuri. They're like the most annoying bastards imaginable. Because I usually never use cryo characters, so that's mostly why.
There is no escape. Let's light it up. Here we go.
They annoy me greatly.
Everybody stand back.
Come on, just go away already. Finally. I hate them. I hate them with a passion.
The depths beckon.
The Temple of Wisdom.
I need to heal. Well, not heal, but warm myself up, I guess.
Let's light it up.
Anima Fatui is actually not that bad, because at least they don't have annoying shields. Because their shield can be like broken by anything, which is fine. I think it's the Geo and the Electro ones are the most annoying. And maybe Hydra ones since they heal others, but yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think we're done actually. Yeah, it was daily commissions. So now we're gonna actually move on to the quest itself and see what it's all about. Oh yeah, have fun, Liz. Sorry, I kind of blanked out for a second. It's perfectly fine, Liz. I hope you buy something nice for yourself, you know?
Thank you for complete.
Oh, hey, McCammy. Hopefully you're doing okay. Alright. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Catherine. Alright, let's go to do the actual quest. So, where do we need to go? There we are.
Are you okay? I never imagined your sister would have sided with the Abyss.
Oh, it's alright, Liz. Take your time. It's perfectly fine. No worries. I'll probably be streaming for a few hours anyway, so it's alright. You're probably not gonna miss much. Because I'm pretty sure a majority of you guys know how this quest goes, but you know what? I felt like it would be nice to experience it together. You know, traveling back in time when Inazuma was just, you know, fresh out of the oven.
Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right?
Simply because now I don't have your weapon because you see, I'm a bit of a casual Genshin player nowadays. So don't actually go for meta weapons. I go for what feels right. I'm a feeling type player nowadays. So if I feel like Raiden needs energy recharge weapon, maybe I'll get her one. But for now, she just rocks with whatever I have, really.
She said we needed to reach.
That's a free-to-play life for you, right there.
Paimon bets she's
You go with what you have, rather than what you want.
And we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going.
Well, to be fair, when you think about it, you don't really need polyarm weapons to begin with, because usually they are all pretty bad. And the good ones are limited. Like, there's no single... No, that's wrong. Wing Jade Spear is pretty good. But, like, the Serpent Spine is atrocious. And there's not that many good 4-star polyarms either. I think the most decent one is actually the pay-to-win one, which is the Battle Pass one. All the other ones are pretty atrocious. Felonious Lands is actually pretty good, now that I think about it.
Don't mention it, partner. Travel buddies are supposed to look out for one another.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely get the catch at some point in that. I do know about the catch, it's just, it's a point of, you know, getting to the fishing. I'll probably do the entire stream where I'll try to get the catch in like one go. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna get there.
Although, where should we go next? If we want to continue with the journey... Oh, you mean the god that took your sister away in the first place? You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started with her. Yeah, Paimon bets she's the key to understanding this whole mystery. Well, we've ruled out 2 gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next...
Not only perseverance, Keiguchi, it also requires a lot of patience, which some people just don't have, and I'm unfortunately one of those people. I used to have a lot of patience, but, you know, with time, the patience eroded, just like my desire to actually play the game. But fortunately, it came back. Just like, you know, a flowing wind, it became strong yet again and turned into a fiery passion. And the passion is translating to me hanging out with you guys. Because, as some of you may know, I don't play Genshin by myself anymore. I don't even log in whenever I'm not streaming. The only time I log in is when I stream. Because I feel like Genshin is the most enjoyable when you experience it with somebody else. I'm a true believer in that. I feel like it is a single player game, but the most enjoyment you can get out of it is when you share the experience with somebody else.
Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Zhang said it was a closed nation. We'll have to find some other way in. Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon spotted someone already! Atsuko in Lua Harbor! She's from Inazuma!
Oh, there's actually a pretty interesting quest for Atsuko. If some of you guys don't know, there's an imposter. They're hidden within Inazuma that you need to catch. And it's a pretty interesting, actually, side quest.
Let's see what she has to say!
Because this girl gets imposter syndrome done by one of the Tanukis. And you need to figure out that along the way. And I actually found it quite enjoyable because it was one of the few times when the side quest is actually pretty fun. I do agree with that, guys. I do agree. I kind of wish the Genshin had a little bit more interactive parts for it. Because technically you can play Genshin together, but it kind of only revolves around you exploring together. There's not actually much besides TCG you can do as a team, if you will. And or even compete against each other. I kind of wish they implement maybe like fishing tournaments or like maybe wave riding tournaments. Because I kind of feel like they forgot about wave riding mechanic. And I think they can do much more with it. Just make it like a racing type situation. I think that would be pretty fun. The same thing was like gliding. They can do some races. You know those challenges in Leeway you have? Just make them like co-op. I think that would be pretty fun to do. At least for a little bit.
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local.
Wind Race is actually one of the most fun events Genshin has. I kind of wish it was permanent though. Because like, technically, it wouldn't probably weigh that much, I assume. And it would be kind of nice, you know, place to hang out with some people. Just, you know, get together and chase after each other. I think that would be pretty fun. Because the thing is, when you think about Genshin, what can you do with other people besides help them explore? You can play TCG with them, but after a while, even that gets a little bit old, you know? Because there's only so many card duels you can play before you bested your opponent way too much. You know?
Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here. Well, there is a way.
Because did you know, actually Genshin was thinking of implementing guild system inside the game. But for some reason they didn't. I think it was in the works. They were planning to do something like a guild system. And I was hoping that meant they would implement actual co-op stuff as well. But I think they changed their mind. Because I was hoping it would be something like... I don't know if some of you guys played Honkai. But in Honkai, the guild system basically allows you to interact with each other and do like boss quests. And level up your armada, which is like a guild system. And then compete against other guilds as well. Which I was hoping for would be in Genshin. Because then there would be an actual reason to build your characters. And like, you know, make sure that your, you know, artifacts are good. And your weapons are good. I don't expect Genshin to have PvP. But I was hoping there would be at least PvE competition. Because even then, I feel like that would be really, really fun.
Great! We came to the right person!
Oh, no worries, Liz. Have a good one. Liz, it's perfectly fine. Have a good time. As I said, you don't need to worry. We'll still be here probably.
But the chance of success is incredibly small.
Huh. Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma in the first place?
But yeah, as I was saying, if Genshin actually... I think the only reason why Genshin is not bigger is because there's no much of a co-op factor to it. I think it's one of the reasons why Genshin is so big, but also the reason why Genshin is not bigger. Because for once, people, I think, like the idea of just being by themselves in a massive world. That's why a lot of people like RPG games. But I think there's also a lot of people who would like to share their experience with others. And unfortunately, they can only do that with limited amount of people and in a limited way. And I feel like if Genshin gave the option, at least, to do something with other people, it would be more interesting. And it would give at least variety.
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were close on my tail. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and fresh water supply soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. Then, I blacked out.
Yeah, as I said, people love interacting with each other in Genshin. I think that's one of the most fun things. For majority of people at least. Like, I know there's probably plenty of people who just want to play Genshin by themselves, and that's perfectly cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just hope the Genshin devs just kind of give us an option to hang out in one way or another, and not just unlimited events. That's kind of all I hope for.
But, to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. Or to put it another way, a new beginning found me.
Imagine if Genshin had raid bosses, where you just need to team up with like 30 other people and just go off on like, I don't know, make like a big Herald Abyss Herald, or make like giant Boreas that you need to fight together. Like, how cool would that be? Oh, hey, Aya. Hopefully you're doing okay.
That's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale must be a sign that the gods were watching over me.
Oh, I don't think it's a bad idea to, like, log the main story as a single player quest. Because if you have other people with you in a main quest, it probably will ruin a little bit of an atmosphere. But I feel like, at least for co-op aspect of main quests, I feel like domains, or maybe like just make it harder. Like, the more people you have, like let's say you have 2-3 people, just make it twice or thrice as hard in like domains and stuff, and I think that would be fine. Because at the end of the day, the main quest is majority like cutscenes like this, so you don't really like get interrupted or anything. And you can just show the same cutscenes to other players as well, and just give the opportunity to like the host to continue the story. So like, let's say the other players that are together with the host are just like a passive spectators. I think that would be pretty interesting, because then you can just like, you know, experience in real time with other people the same story, and maybe just, you know, chat with your friends along the way. I think that would be pretty cool.
And you set off knowing how dangerous it was? Why?
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the nation to a protracted approval process, and I felt like I didn't belong there.
Like, I'm not a game developer, but I feel like that would be pretty simple to make. Because it wouldn't, like, take anything to just enable main quest co-op. Or any quest co-op, really. Because I'm pretty sure even some, like, Arkham quests and stuff like that, so the stuff that is not necessarily part of main story is locked from co-op. So you can't really do it.
Kanjo Commission? What's that?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. I suppose they're equivalent to the 8 trades under the Liu Ichising.
I mean, you can't even interact with NPCs in co-op, so it's kind of weird.
One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. All non-nationals are processed centrally on Rito upon arrival.
Oh, hey, Delight. Hopefully you're doing okay.
Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule. Loyal, yet unfeeling. It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, I begin to lose all hope for the future. What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should abandon your plans of trying to get there.
Oh, we do have compelling reason. We gotta clap Raiden Shogun's cheeks for once. That's a pretty good one, if I do say so myself.
You should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, you would still need to get past the samurai guards that enforce the Sakoku Decree, the closed nation policy of Inazuma.
I mean, it's the same reason why Genshin doesn't keep events, you know? I think it would just probably be the issue with, like, service keeping up, if everybody would be able to do that. That would be my guess. And, like, the memory that it would take probably would be tremendous. And everybody's devices would just explode. But then again, I kinda do want to see that. That would be the only reason why I think they don't do it. Probably. Because, imagine the ping that you would have if, like, 4 people together with you were watching the same cutscenes. Because you would be the host of it. So I assume the entire bandwidth would be taken away from you, not from other people. And I feel like that would be a little bit harsh on the host. But then again, they probably can do some workaround that would make sense. Because there's plenty of ways to, like, do a little cheating, if you will, when it comes to cutscenes and, like, maps loading, stuff like that. I feel like that would be fairly easy to go around.
And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for...
Oh, no worries, Nat. Have a good one. I hope you have a good day.
You'd be kicked out immediately.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the documentation needed.
I mean, you do have a point, Kaguchi, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I think it would be worth it. Because, like, even if Genshin was, like, 500 gigs worth of memory, at least you would have the option to do it. I think the way they should do it is make it a downloadable content. Like DLC stuff that you can just download from official website and experience it again. I feel like that would be probably the best way of going around it. Because I do understand that not everyone has, like, space for Genshin, just in general. And yeah, the space would be immense if you just kept every single event. But I feel like erasing them completely and never, like, doing anything with them again is a bit of a wrong way of approaching it as well. So I think DLCs would probably be the best way of going about it. Because then you can just delete them. Like, as soon as you're done with them, just give an option to delete them. from the game. That's kind of how you go about it.
But if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
Because, like, don't make them have, like, rewards or anything. Just give, like, the story. Because at least then people who never experienced stuff like Albedo's quest, stuff like, you know, the Chasm quest, where we went with Zhao to, like, meet Yaksha. Bunch of other ones, like the first Golden Apple Archipelago. Like, there's plenty of those that some people just never go the chance to get to, and they probably never will, now that I think about it. So I feel like if there's at least an option, that would be the best way of going about it.
The raft idea sounds a little on the dangerous side. Plus, Paimon would definitely get seasick.
I don't know, guys. I mean, those surveys, I'm pretty sure, don't do anything. Like, I did write a couple surveys before, just because I did genuinely want to give my feedback every now and again when I actually have a feedback to give. Because, you know, if I can help out the developers, I feel like it's a worthwhile thing of doing. Because I was always the type of guy that would, like, write guides for people, and whenever I would play, like, games that required guides, and I would, like, try to help out. And I generally feel like that's a good thing of doing, but I think the thing with Genshin is that they probably do read those surveys, but I don't think they actually do anything about them. Because, like, think about it. How many people complain about the resin cap? How many people complain about just the randomness of artifacts? That you can just roll artifacts for like months upon months and get nothing from them. Like, there were plenty of people, like, I'm pretty sure the only reason why weapon wish system, like pity, was implemented was because enough people complained about getting screwed over from just getting the same trashy weapons over and over again. And I feel like unless enough people complain, nothing's gonna get done. That's kind of how Genshin goes about it.
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. They're well known in Liyue.
Because the thing is, like, what would take Genshin to actually improve is basically just do, as I said, just make DLC content, make people be able to download it and experience it. Maybe do something a little bit about domains, like make a pity systems for domains. Like, let's say after you do like 50 domains, you are guaranteed to get like one elemental cup or one crit circlet, something, you know? Something that you can actually use. Like, even if some stats are not the greatest, at least you get good main stat that some people can utilize. Also, for resin, I'd say just remove the cap from it. Just let it, like, recharge infinitely at the end of the day. Because, like, the cap doesn't do anything. Because people still gonna, like, use their resin on a daily basis if they play the game daily. And for those people that don't play game daily, at least they would have a chance of, like, stacking up the resin and looking forward to something when they come back from, like, the break. And just having, like, a bunch of resin that they can use at once and just, you know, have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, the most fun stuff in Genshin locked behind resin. And without resin, you can't really do much. Because there's only so much exploring you can do before it just ceases to exist. Because chests do not regen. As soon as you open everything and you find everything, there's nothing to do. And it's kind of sad.
Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide range of experiences. They may just know how to break through the storm.
You're right! Paimon sure Beto of all people will be able to get us there. Her crew is super strong.
I mean, when you think about it, remember when a lot of people complained that Zhongli was not strong enough? Because that was the only time Genshin ever caved in and changed the character fundamentally. Because if you don't remember, when Zhongli was on beta servers, he was hailed as the greatest physical DPS character to have existed. His damage was so insane that like he was leagues above everyone else damage-wise. And people were just saying that he would be the strongest character that ever existed. And the hype was so huge that when he came out and Genshin nerfed his physical damage, people were on the riot. People started rioting. And Genshin panicked and changed Zhongli and made him even stronger. And in my opinion, he was pretty strong to begin with, but they made him even stronger, if you can believe that. Another popular example, which I'm sure if you play Genshin for any length of time, you probably heard the tale of the first anniversary. It's pretty much every Genshin's player greatest shame, because if you know, there was a time when Genshin community went berserk and did a lot of horrible things, even to communities that had nothing to do with Genshin. I'm pretty sure majority of you know about the downvoting plague that swept around Play Store and Apple Store from Genshin community to every single game they could get their hands on, even those that had nothing to do with MiHoYo at the time. And yeah, those were the changes, if you will. And also they did improve resin once, because enough people complained. So those were the only 3 cases, from what I know of, where Genshin actually caved in and made changes. Because I think the original resin was at 120 and they increased it to 160. So yeah, those were the only 3 times Genshin actually listened to their community and did something. And that was only because enough people complained. Because if you remember, since there were no gifts on the first anniversary, as soon as people went to riot, Genshin panicked and gave everyone a gift, if you will, of 1,600 gems, a wind glider, and a furniture in the form of Lyre. And that was the entire gift. And people were satiated with that, and they went to bed with a, prideful smile on their faces that night. Even though the damage that it did was irreversible, really. Because at one time, Genshin was at 2 stars on Play Store. Think about that. Genshin was at 2 stars. It's not anymore, but it used to be. At one point in time. And I was hoping that during that time, MiHoYo would actually make a lot of changes and make the game better. Because on one hand, I was embarrassed to be known as a Genshin player, but on the other hand, I was kinda hoping they would spark people's passion towards improving the game and not just complaining for no reason. But it didn't happen, so there's that. We just got ourselves outed like a bunch of clowns. Because even those that didn't participate, like me, I never did anything, we still go labeled, as a menace of Genshin community. Because there was only a select few people that did it, but everybody got blamed for it. And that was truly sad. But yeah, the second one, as we all know, went a little bit better. They learned their lesson. Do not, invoke the wrath. Do not poke the sleeping bear.
But Paimon wonders if she'll be willing to take the risk.
But yeah, that was a little bit of a history lesson for you on Genshin, in case you are a little bit on the newer side and didn't actually experience the that was happening at a time. I mean, there's a bunch of other things which I don't want to talk about. Like, majority of them involve people like complaining on Twitter about characters being wrong designed and whatnot. It's a whole mess that nobody should get involved into. But yeah, those were like the main 3 reasons where Genshin actually caved in and did something.
The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyun Stone Forest on a supply run. This might be your best chance.
Oh, you got to. I mean, Kaguchi, you can't really deny that if you play Genshin, you're probably gonna get clowned on every now and again. Usually it's in good fun, but you know, you just gotta roll with the punches, cause, you know, Genshin as a game is good, but unfortunately not every person that plays a game is good as well. And that's true with any game, but you know what, Genshin just because of how big the Genshin is, the bad of Genshin is much more impactful than, let's say, smaller games. And the good as well is more impactful, but unfortunately, as we all know, usually the bad outshines the good. And there's plenty of talented people within Genshin community. There's plenty of like talented artists, there's plenty of talented content creators, there's plenty of like just good people. They just want to have fun. But there's also plenty of, you know, menaces to society that unfortunately live within Genshin Impact community and go to wars with others. And it is what it is, really. You can't really do anything about it, but you just gotta embrace it and, you know, just live with it.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Beto.
I mean, Kaguchi, do you know about shipping communities? Those are fierce. Those will, like, go to war for their favorite characters and the ships that they made. I don't want to get involved in those, but there's battles on a daily basis for those. There's some warriors out there that are ready to defend the honor of their favorite characters to the death, really. And unfortunately, I'm not that dedicated yet. I can, you know, say that I would fight a bloody battle even for Zhongli, as blasphemous as that says, because if somebody says I don't like Zhongli, you know, I might make a couple jokes here and there, but at the end of the day, I'll be most likely like, well, it's understandable, maybe it's not for everyone, you know, not everyone can embrace the greatness that Zhongli embodies, and I know for some people it's too much. So, you know, it's all about being understandable. As I say, Kaguchi, just not everybody can embrace, you know, the greatness. And it's honestly okay, you know, because, you know, the path to enlightenment is not for everyone. Not everyone can walk path to success. True, I mean, I don't get myself involved in any shipping. In any community, really, because I'm like, I'll just let developers decide that stuff. I'm not really that passionate about characters that I'm gonna, like, ship them, you know? Because there's some, like, characters that clearly have a relationship going. Like, Ningguang and Beidou clearly have a thing going. Diluc and Jean. Childish Zhongli. You know, name any other. There's plenty of them going on, and I do understand that some people will find them, you know, not just friendships, but actual love interests and points of contention. So yeah.
If it isn't the Traveler in Paimon.
I think as long as you don't go insane about it and just treat it as, you know, something fun, it's not a bad thing to do. As I said, as long as you don't take it seriously. It's perfectly fine if you want to ship someone. Just do it in good fun. Don't take it seriously.
I knew you guys would come.
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... yes, the stars.
Ooh, it's always a pleasure to meet our boy, Kazuha. Such a fine man he is.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. I prefer other means of entertainment.
Please do elaborate, Beto. What would that be?
This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
That is true, Kiguchi. That is true indeed. Maybe we just, not enlightened enough to realize that sometimes you just gotta, go to war for your beliefs. And unfortunately, our beliefs are not strong enough by the looks of it. Which is sad, I guess, but on the other hand, it is what it is.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
I do think so, Kazuha. Please do go ahead.
Well, I can't argue with that. Okay then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give you a chance to perform.
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
I aspire to be like Kazuha every single day. To be as carefree as the wind. Yet as charming as a scent of flowers. Like the maple leaves on a wind, Truly fascinating.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily. Especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
That is a good point. That is a good point indeed. I think they are probably related one way or another.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero, do you mean?
Maybe not by blood, but by something stronger. And that is the way they talk and the way they behave. So if anything, they're probably spiritual siblings.
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase their talents.
I mean, that's what happens when you spend your life on the sea. Because I'm pretty sure Beidou doesn't leave her ship, so sea madness is probably just deep within her core at this point. Sometimes she probably doesn't even understand what she's saying herself.
There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real martial arts ability, not just people taking part for the fun of it. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of you. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few crouching tigers and hidden dragons lurking around in Liyue. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads. I think we can expect a healthy turnout this time.
But we didn't come here to take part in a martial arts tournament.
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is particularly sought after.
That is a good point. Poetry does connect people, unlike anything else. Because I'm pretty sure our boy Kazuha is endowed in more ways than one, especially with poetry. as well as great charm and great personality.
Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Oh, it's not so masterless, because if I know anything about the future, that vision is gonna get mastered pretty hard by one and only man himself. If you know, you know.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But the shell that housed that light remains. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition tells me that while it remains in the world, it may just be possible for someone else to inherit it.
Yep, and the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of exceptional strength and talent.
Interesting. I mean, considering I know like at least 4 gods already, I have a good chance. I have a good chance here.
Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma, not fighting in some tournament.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Kazuha's friend got deleted pretty hard by Raiden. Which is pretty sad, but, you know, it is what it is. Because at least my man fulfilled his dream. And that dream is going against the most powerful attack that he can possibly master. Which is a pretty anime way to go out, you know, in a battle. Like a true samurai that he was. Going out with a blade in his hand and a trusted friend by his side. That's not the anime death, I don't know what is.
Inazuma? You want to go there?
There's a good point. I'm pretty sure we are a deity of some kind as well, just not of this world.
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sweat.
Because as I said before, I'm pretty sure we do not age. And if anime told me anything, if you do not age, you are like a hidden sage of some kind, or you are a god. And there's no in between.
In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless Vision, or a ticket to Inazuma aboard the Alcor. Up to you.
You just want him to take part in your tournament!
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be. I couldn't let a competitor like you fall through the net.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have to do this tournament if we want to get to Inazuma, huh?
Well, we do not have to. We can literally just go on the boat. I'm pretty sure if we like just landed on like Seirai Island or something, nobody would have stopped us.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena in Guyun Stone Forest. Kazuha and I will be over soon.
Because when you think about it, like, it's not like Inazuma is just surrounded by a chain of people, you know, guards just standing guarding every single corner. I'm pretty sure you can just like walk in from Sengonomiya Island and literally nobody would know any better.
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the answer is revealed.
Oh, hey Angel, hopefully you're doing okay. It's fine, no worries. You didn't miss too much, we actually just got to the good part. And that is to meet our boy. So if anything, you actually had a good time. Because right now, we're gonna go through our very own tournament arc. We're gonna go through, you know, anime training period, as well as tournament arc, where we're gonna once and for all assert our dominance and prove that we're truly the #1 protagonist there ever was. Because if anime told me anything, that is, if you want to prove that you are the strongest, you just gotta go through your tournament arc. Like, that's just how it is. If you don't go through a tournament arc, are you truly a protagonist? Think about that. Because as we all know, every protagonist needs to face defeat at least once to, you know, face their weaknesses and improve, and afterwards never lose a single fight ever again, as well as go through tournament arcs. It's just how it is. I didn't make the rules. The rules were made before us, and we just have to follow them.
Hi there. Are you here for the Crux Clash too?
I mean, I'll probably die, Angel. Can you imagine we just like get yeeted by a random like NPC, just like die? Our entire quest just ends right there. Like credits start rolling. End of Genshin Impact. That would probably be a pretty revolutionary way to end the game. Instead of us becoming like a true savior of the world and, you know, eradicating the true evil that is lurking in the deep shadows, we just get yeeted by a random character, never to be seen again.
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. That's what our master taught us. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to obtain the masterless vision.
Well, to be fair, as I said plenty of times, guys, as I said before, the power of friendship and the power of Dullblade is all we need in life. When we have those two in our hand, and the encouragement of one and only Zhongli behind our back, do we really need anything else in life? Like, I know we seek to find our sister, and maybe along the way to save the world. But is it really worth it in the end? Do we really have to achieve that? To achieve happiness? Think about that. Because in my opinion, as long as Zhongli accepts us for who we truly are and embraces us, that's the true happiness we all shall attain.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our master's top students.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible, huh? Are they someone famous?
Listen, Kakiguchi, isn't that the life? Anime is what taught me life, okay? School might have taught me, you know, knowledge, which is useless. But anime taught me life. If fairy tale told me anything, is the power of friendship is the strongest power there is. Because all you really need to do is have friends by your side, and you can overcome any obstacle. And why wouldn't you want to do that? Because why would you train and go through character development when you can just ignore all that and just power through everything head on by a trusted friend on your side?
Famous? He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and I are both proud disciples of his. You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous as the master himself anyway. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles of kung fu, and countless other clans have borrowed extensively from him.
I mean, I know I talk about power of friendship quite a lot, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is what Genshin is all about. Because when you think about it, what do we do? On every single main quest, we make friends. And what we do with those friends, we get their help in order to overcome obstacles. Because when there was a time when actual Aether didn't receive help from someone, think about that. The Valin fight? Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, Venti was there, Diluc Jean. Zhongli was literally there all the time throughout Liyue, and the final fight, we pretty much fought with the entire Liyue on our side. Inazuma quest, yeah, Miko literally guided us through the entire fight with Radiant Shogun. I'm pretty sure without her, we would have got yeeted out of nowhere. Also, Ayato and Ayaka kind of helped us through the entire thing as well. Dainsleif is our spiritual guide more than anything. In goddamn Sumeru, I'm pretty sure without Alhaitham, we wouldn't even know where we were half the time. And without Sino, we probably would have get apprehended like as soon as we showed up into any city. There's not a single encounter where Aether defeated something by himself. Think about that. And you telling me the power of friendship is not the strongest power there is.
To the Ling Shan clan, he teaches a special technique known as force dispersal.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks without moving an inch. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone, all without breaking a sweat.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
Can I smell the smell of BS here, but I'm listening. Do tell me about flying. Because I do want to procure that power.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics. There's no way we could use it proficiently yet.
Imagine us just abandoning our quest and just going into like the mountains to cultivate for like 1,000 years. We just like walk out as strong as a deity, like just swipe the mountains with the palm of our hands, and the title will be I was destined to be a hero, but instead I decided to cultivate inside the mountains for thousands of years. And that's how we're gonna go about it. And you know, after 1,000 years, after we exit the mountains, we just decide to eliminate every single, you know, Celestian being that have existed. We just fly to Celestia straight up, just show up at the front door, just kick it down, just smack an unknown god a couple times, and that will be the end of it. Easy win, really, when you think about it.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition fees and still have nothing to show for all our training.
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
Yeah, we literally dethrone the entire Celestia and become Celestia ourselves. We not just become the sustainer of heavenly principles, we actually become the Celestia. And we just live inside of it, gazing down upon the mortal plane and making everyone believe in our true Lord and Savior Zhongli till the end of times. The greatest privilege of them all.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting increasingly impatient with us.
There is a case, Angel. There is a case indeed.
Recently, though, we heard that a Vision Bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a Vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same situation.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Ling Shan clan will go down in history. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
I mean, Zhongli will be the guest of honor. They will just, you know, live with us. He will be like the only other residents besides us. And all we would do is, you know, gaze upon him and drink wine and talk about how it still tastes the same, but with the memories of the friends that we made along the way, you know? We will just keep doing the same thing every single day, and you know what? Every new day will be more glorious than the previous one. And that's how our life will continue till the end of times.
See you in the arena.
Honestly, that's how it is, Angel. I mean, are we truly here for the quest? Or are we here to make, you know, memories of simping for Zhongli and cultivating in the mountains? You tell me. Because I think you know the answer to that one.
Hello? Are you here to compete in the Crux Clash?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then allow just anyone to take part.
Alright. I never trust a man with a mustache like that, because behind those eyes, you know, there's mischief and there's deep hatred within those eyes. I can tell. Only characters that have something to hide would wear a mustache like that, because they try to hide their lips. They deceitful, lieful lips. They tell only lies. Do not ever trust a man that has his mustache split into two. Because you know what else split into two? His words. Because behind every single word that this man says, there's a double meaning. A dark meaning that he doesn't want you to know. But we know. We are enlightened beings, we know.
The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that. So, Paimon's wondering, are you a renowned fighter?
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Also, that doesn't sound like the most official tournament out there.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. There were plenty of competitors when I took part. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife.
You reminded me of this scene from SpongeBob, where, you know, with Squidward that try to deliver a pizza, they stumble upon a rock, you know, and SpongeBob just goes into tears and says, "It's not a rock, it's a boulder." Remember that, Angel. The next time you start questioning stuff like that, remember what that boulder did. Because that's your answer right there.
I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2-1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course, but the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them, and hand them over to the Millilith. I received quite the commendation.
But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work. Alright, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena, but I don't plan on losing to a pair of children anytime soon.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna get your ass handed so hard you probably will forget your name. Uncle Yon. If that's your real face. Anyway, I'll see you later, Stashman. It was always a pleasure.
youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so, seems I found myself another new adversary.
So you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away as a champion. For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I am looking to become a perfect person. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life so far, without any setbacks.
That sounds like a typical shut-in, if I ever saw one.
I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures, and seem to get on with just about everyone socially.
So, fellow weeb, I see. Fair enough.
In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. I know I haven't reached perfection yet, because there's one thing I'm still missing.
And that is graduating from middle school. I still couldn't do that. I was still trapped in the 8th grade, even 20 years later. Somehow, I still couldn't escape it to this day. And it's truly something I'm struggling to this day. And maybe one day, the clutches of the 8th grade will finally let me loose and go inside the world with a free mind and body.
A vision.
Or vision, I guess.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So, they very kindly made special arrangements on my behalf.
Oh, hey, Ka. Hopefully you're doing okay.
I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. It's such a blessing, really, to have so many good friends in my neighborhood. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric styles of Kung Fu. As a high achiever by nature, I'm confident I've done enough to guarantee my victory in this tournament.
I just imagine our character just staring into the distance, just like blanking out the entire conversation between this guy and him. And he just keeps talking without us reciprocating whatsoever. And then just us walking away like nothing happened. Because that's what I would do.
Ha! You don't mince your words, do you? The arena will be the judge.
Oh, no worries, Zach. I hope you have a good time as well. If anything, we'll be streaming on the weekends anyway, so I'll see you there. Absolutely no worries.
Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in action.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just really average.
I mean, that's a pretty good way of summing it up, I guess.
A chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
The thing is, Paimon, in order to win it, we actually need to have a competition. I'm pretty sure those guys will, like... I will plant their faces inside the ground by just, like, sneezing at them too hard. So it's not really a challenge, it's more of like an adult going against a child, if anything. But in this case, the roles are reversed. And us being the adult and them being children, metaphysically speaking.
Chinxa Village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. It is me.
Did I hear that right?
Yes, you did hear that right.
Is it really them?
Indeed so.
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to enter the clash?
You see, lady? there's a lie that was spread by those that deny power of friendship right here. Those non-believers in Dull Blade's power that dare to spread false rumors behind my back. Just because I can't respond to them doesn't mean they don't make me feel hurt inside. Because, you know, behind this smile and behind those dead eyes, there's a man that is crying right now because of your hurtful words. I hope you feel that. I hope you feel good about yourself. How can you sleep at night knowing that you hurt this man right here? Because that smile hides 1,000 tears. We all know that.
I have to ask, aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god? Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that only those without visions can enter the tournament?
Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable, face off against all sorts of monsters, even the Fatui, and always come out on top.
Lady, did you not listen to what I just said? It's literally all in the blade. How many times do I need to tell you that? You see this weapon? It might seem like the most useless hunk of junk you ever seen. But you know what? That's where you're wrong. Because that's a powerful weapon. It's capable of slaying gods. Remember that. The next time you dare to question me and my authority.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, could I ask you to provide a few claims to fame?
Well, where should I start with? Let's see.
It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process.
So, it all began when I fell off from the sky and slept for about 500 years. And it honestly just goes from there, really. Do I need to say any more?
So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osail, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Lady, how many people do you know that just casually defeat gods? Do I really need to say any more? How many people here do you think even saw a god, let alone fight with them? Alright, fine. You know what? Since you're such a big shot, how about I saved the dragon? How about that one?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
And also defeated the Fatui Harbinger child.
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champion already.
That would be too easy. But I do like your enthusiasm, red bandana guy. I do like you.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw. Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record I've ever seen. By a long shot.
I'm pretty sure that's what you call a little bit overqualified, if anything.
Right, your registration is complete. Now, a brief word about the prize. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize, namely, a vision.
Not really. I mean, I'm here to literally get smuggled inside the country. So you can keep the vision for yourself. It's kind of useless to me.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the tournament.
We did defeat the child. Angel, be proud of it. Say it with your chest. You defeated a child. You went against a child. Mono we mono. And you beat them into the ground. You made them submit to yourself. You made the child believe that he is inferior to yourself. You put him on his knees. And made them beg for forgiveness. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, Angel? How do you feel about beating a child up? Do you feel proud of yourself?
There's another prize, too? Oh, first I've heard of it.
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as Inazuma?
That's what I thought, Angel. It's all about having, you know, the pride of going against a child and coming out victorious. Because not every single man can go against a child and come out as a victor on the other side. Because we all know, child is pretty intense. They know how to fight. Because, as we all know, child is a scary being to go against. And when you go against a child, you kind of gonna go all out. You just gotta beat them into submission every now and again. And, you know, realize that they made a mistake of messing with you.
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance then? Well, nobody expected you to sign up to a tournament like this. I can hardly believe it myself, to be honest. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the child's signature move would be crying. Or like calling their parents. That would be probably the one.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision bearers rule in this tournament.
In some cases, it's like a combo situation. You know, they start crying, calling for their parents, and then the next thing you know, you're just surrounded by a bunch of other adults. They're like trying to reprimand you for beating a child. And that's how it is, really. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta assert your dominance. And if what it takes to do that is beating up a child, then say go for it.
Even though you don't have the vision, most people in Tibet think that you can't manipulate the elements without one. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. You know, just to avoid any misunderstandings.
I'm pretty sure we just have elemental abilities just as default. We don't have a vision, because I'm pretty sure the only reason why people have a vision is because they know enlightened beings like us. They cannot possess the power that we obtain from gods themselves. We just had, you know, Venti, Zhongli, Nahida, and Raiden just come to us and say, you know what? I kind of like them. I'm gonna give them some power myself. And that's how it went, really. Not everyone can get the street cred to be recognized by the gods themselves. In a way that only we could. Because they heard, the gods know, where the true protagonist is, and they acknowledge it. And as we all know, protagonist powers go a long way. Because at the end of the day, protagonists just get everything they want and need just by being there, you know? They never have to work for anything. They're just born to be strong, powerful, and lucky as hell. And that's kind of how it is, really.
In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win, even without using any elements, right?
No, I'm pretty sure gods don't have vision, Angel. I'm pretty sure visions are just like the power that gods give to mortals. It doesn't work the other way around. It's not like gods give visions to other gods. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. Because technically, does Zhao got his power from Venti? That is a question. Did Zhao get his power from another Archon? Did he betray the father? Did he betray Zhongli? Because that is a true question that needs to be answered. And we don't know. We do not know what happened when Venti saved Zhao. There could have been some misplay going on. There could have been some underhanded tricks that Venti pulled. It made Zhao submit. while the father was not aware of it. And it is what it is, really.
Alright, it's showtime! You got this!
Oh, hey, Liz. I mean, it was a... I'm pretty sure I blanked out for the past half an hour. So, I barely registered what happened. So, I'm pretty sure Angel was, like, just following my fever dream along the way.
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete?
I'm pretty sure my theory would be, personally, is that we did have power of all elements to begin with. And instead of gaining powers, we're actually regaining our old powers. And gods just stimulate those powers to be awakened. They kind of like break the seals that were placed on us by a known god. And the only way we can lift those seals is by getting acquainted with other Archons. And them helping us doing it. I feel like that's a more reasonable explanation than us just, you know, touching statues and gaining power from them because, you know, we are pretty cool. But then again, the simple explanation is usually the most correct one.
Good. Then please follow me into the arena.
Goddamn, I almost dropped my phone here. I'm a mess today. Unbelievable.
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament.
Look at this.
First bout begins.
You see this?
Now.
This is what it's all about.
You're the hero they're talking about?
This is a power that everybody wishes, but not everyone can obtain. Look at this. Look at that. Quarter of HP gone. Look at that. Half HP gone. You see, 5 hits. That's all it took. There's a power of Dull Blade that everybody wants to obtain.
Let's go and see Beto.
Like,
Probably have something to say to him.
that is what it's all about.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite.
To be fair, I do think that Abyss element would be an actual element in the future. Because Dainsleif was using that power, and so did our sister. And technically, Dainsleif will probably be a playable character, so I presume that... I think it would be like either Abyss or like Chaos element, something along those lines. I think that will be plausible. Not 100% sure about Light element, unless we get to play as Celestia Archons or whatever. That might be the case, but you never know. But I definitely think there will be at least one new element in the future. Not anytime soon, but, you know, whenever Dainsleif decides to grace us with his presence. That's when we will be able to obtain it.
So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally dominated that guy and did it with style, too.
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
I strongly believe that Dainsleif will be like a final boss that we would have to fight. In order to, like, save a twin or something. Because I think Dainsleif will, like, have fight against our sister, and our sister will lose. And Dainsleif will, like, try to, you know, finish her off. And then in order to save our twin, I feel like Aether, we just have to go mono v mono and fight with Dainsleif. And that's how we're gonna reach the conclusion. And then maybe unite and go to Celestia in order to overthrow the gods.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now, he's more than convinced me of his ability. So come on, we all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to congratulate our up-and-coming champion?
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these words of praise.
I mean, plot armor is the second strongest power besides power of friendship. It's like one of the only powers that can go almost hand in hand with power of friendship. Dull Blade, on the other hand, is still too OP, even for those two. So it's still the best, but you know, those two are pretty close.
You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess I shouldn't put you on the spot like that.
Listen, just because I believe in the strongest power there is, Angel, doesn't mean I watch too much anime. Because if anything, I probably didn't watch enough. Because I never watched Fairy Tail, believe it or not. Never. The reason? I don't know. How do I know about power of friendship though? I mean, how could you know? Do I need to explain it to you again, Angel? Why do I think power of friendship is the strongest one? I'm pretty sure I already did. Come on. You know. Every single fight, Aether gets help from his friends. We're literally yet to face anyone alone. Even Scaramouche, we got power of Nahida. You know? Like, that was the closest one we were going one-on-one. And even then, Nahida was kind of carrying. So I'm just saying.
You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament.
I'm one of those crazy people that watches anime like at 3 times speed, you know? Just so I can observe as much as possible. Just have like 6 screens at the same time, just blasting different shows at the same time. And just, you know, observe them all. That's how I attain true enlightenment.
And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you.
I mean, friends are pretty cool. Like, jokes aside, guys, you know, if you have some good friends by your side, you know, you can overcome quite a lot of obstacles together. Because, you know, facing difficult times alone is pretty rough. You can do it, but you know what? If you have a trusted friend by your side, it might be a little bit easier. Because there's nothing better than knowing that somebody has your back. You know? If you have somebody in your life that you can trust your back to, and know that they will always be there for you no matter what, even if it's just one person, that is what true friendship is all about. And that was something you should treasure, no matter what. Some real talk for you right there.
Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, I figure I should start treating you that way too. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight someone in your league too, right?
That's why I say, Angel, somebody you can actually trust yourself, you know? Because, like, it's very easy to call somebody a friend, but when you think about it, what is actually a friend? Because to you, it might be just somebody you hang out with, but to me, it's somebody, as I said, you can unconditionally trust. And that is not an easy thing to do. Because there's not a lot of people that you can just, you know, blindly trust and believe that they will have your best intention in mind, no matter what. As well as theirs, obviously, but you know. Because I only have a few people like that in my life, and I was fortunate enough to just get acquainted with them through years and years of friendship. And only, you know, through that rigorous journey, I was allowed myself to trust them that way. And as I said, it's not easy. Not everyone has such people in life. But when you do find them, and you could find them, you should treasure them. As I said, you don't need friends in order to function, but friends help you to get through tough times a little bit easier. And that's just how it is. If you do not have people like that, then at least you have a thicker skin probably. And that is also a good thing, because if anything, if you get through tough times by, toughing through them and just, powering through, then you're probably a pretty strong individual, both mentally and emotionally. And that is also a good thing. But not everyone can do that, and not everyone can go through rough times alone. That's why you probably should surround yourself with people that you at least like.
So, I'm putting you straight through to the semifinals.
I mean, blood ties is one thing, but I have somebody that, as a child, I made a blood oath with. So if you don't know what blood oath is, basically you cut your palm and you shake on it. Which, don't do that. You might get an infection and you might, get some disease. Do not do that. I did it as a kid because I was dumb. But that person, he is still my best friend to this day. I think we've been friends ever since primary school. So ever since I was like 6 years old. And we're still friends almost, how many years? 18 years later. Yeah, around 18 years now. So I was just lucky enough to meet a person like that. Not everybody has that. But I was fortunate enough to get someone like that. And he's the only person that I trust unconditionally. And I always know that he will not screw me no matter what. Because he was with me in some rough times, and I was there for him when he had rough times, and we just developed mutual trust that way.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system if we just skip straight to the semifinals.
Well, you see, Angel, the trick is to use fake blood. Nah, I'm joking. Get one of those, ketchup bags and just cut them open and shake on that. Pretend like it's blood. They wouldn't know the difference. I mean, they might smell the hand and think, your blood weirdly smells like tomatoes. And you just gotta be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm quarter Italian, what can I say? Tomato juice runs in my veins. Even if you're not Italian, just say that. They wouldn't know the better.
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't persuade her otherwise.
But yeah, I hope you get something good, Angel. Get some nice crit rolls going. Maybe some elemental cups even, if you are, fortunate enough.
Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semifinals anyway.
To be fair, Jaime was thinking that too.
I don't actually put ketchup on a lot of things, myself. I'm not a big fan of condiments to begin with. I kind of I know some people, they just douse their food in either barbecue sauce or ketchup, or sometimes even mayo. And I'm I just don't want to ruin the taste of food. Because I understand putting condiments on a sandwich. But I don't get people who put condiments on everything, no matter what it is. I knew some people that would douse their steaks in sauce to the point where you don't even see the meat anymore. It just becomes this amalgamation of abominable kind. It just looks like the steak just came back to life and started crawling. and emitting blood everywhere. Like, it's just not good. I don't understand that. Because I get if you want like a nice sauce on the side, that's fine. As long as you don't like go crazy and empty the entire can of the ketchup on your burger or whatever. Like, just don't do that. Just try to make food taste good without ruining it.
Alright, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there, I want to know who they are and what they're about.
You joking, Angel. I know some people that put ketchup on their spaghetti. When I was in college, I knew a guy that instead of, you know, putting like spaghetti sauce, they would put ketchup on their pasta and they would call it spaghetti. And honestly, the first time I heard that, I thought they were joking. Until I saw them on one of the lunch breaks, literally eating pasta with like a ton of ketchup on top of it. And they called it spaghetti. And I was like, there's clearly something wrong there. Either with your cooking ideas, or with the way you were brought up. Because that's not normal. I'm pretty sure Italians would cry if they heard that. Because they didn't go through hundreds of years of history and developing their cuisine. So somebody can call the dish that they perfected a spaghetti by just dumping a bunch of ketchup on a pasta.
We're finally here, folks. The real show is about to begin.
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. I have not seen her so excited in quite some time.
It's a sad truth, really, because there's plenty of people like that. Some people just don't know cooking at all. I personally I enjoy cooking, and I feel like cooking is quite relaxing, and it gives you a little bit of time to think, and, you know, practice, and make something delicious. But I feel like some people just don't care about taste. They just eat to survive. And I don't understand those types of people. Because I feel like at that point, you kind of just give up on life. Like, as soon as you get an idea in your brain to combine pasta with ketchup and call that spaghetti, I'm pretty sure there's a turning point in your life that you had to go through where you just gave up on life just totally. Just decide, you know what? It's not worth it to try anymore.
Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned warrior.
I knew somebody. You reminded me. I knew a guy that would eat chocolate with barbecue sauce. I'm not even copying. There was a dude in my school, I remember vividly, who would like use barbecue sauce with dark chocolate, and he would eat that. He would eat that as a dessert. And he wasn't a weird guy either. He was like pretty normal, chill dude. It's just like his ideas about food were so wrong on just moral standpoint that I just didn't want to get associated with him. Because I remember when I first found out, I think I just walked away. I think as soon as I heard that, I was like, I mentally registered that in my mind and I was like, nope, no, I'm walking away. I don't need this right now. I just don't want to know how you got to that point, and I never asked them how. I just knew that they did that. And that honestly kept me awake at night. For multiple reasons.
You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your guard. Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the storm that lies ahead.
I don't know, maybe it was just like I was surrounded by a bunch of crazy people. But I knew a few people like that. That would just do like weird things with food. I knew a guy that would microwave his tea. And I honestly don't understand how you do that. He would literally just put like a cold water with a tea bag inside of it. He would put it inside a microwave and he would just let it rip. And he would call that tea. And I was like, do you know what kettle is? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how you make tea. It's how you make tea soup, I would presume. Like, I don't know, it's just... I just got like so desensitized to that kind of stuff, so it doesn't even faze me anymore. But I remember as a kid, it was an awakening call for me. To start learning how to cook, because I didn't want to end up like them.
Alright, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up. She'll take you into the arena.
As I'm telling you guys, I'm not joking. Those are real people. They're still out there. They're still alive, probably. I would assume, unless they died of food poisoning or something, considering their eating habits. But I'm just saying, there are people like that out there.
The semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has quickly become the dark horse of the tournament.
So sleep with one eye open. That's all I'm saying.
I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make sure you are fully prepared before you begin.
Relax, my guy's at the top of his game. He ain't gonna lose.
Paimon just like embodies a stockbroker. Just like betting on us. She's like our coach in our corner. You start giving like the most pointless advice possible. Like, you know what? You gotta swing from the right and then go back. Just dive deep, but not too deep. You gotta pull out right away. Just gives us like the randomest advice possible. That doesn't even make sense. That's how I imagine Paimon would be our trainer. And as soon as we like walk away the ring, she would be like, "That's good work, champ. That's good work. You know, but you know what? You know what? You know what would make you better? Try to hit them a little bit harder. How? I don't know, but do that."
Okay, follow me.
Beza? Honestly?
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun.
I think Beza was probably will be good, but the thing is, I feel like he's probably gonna be...
Care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for.
I think Beza was probably be the first like poison user, because he has like a snake on his self. So I think he will provide a new effect that will be like, you know, used. So that would be interesting. Unless they fully disregard his entire character and just make him, you know, a healer or something. Which will be fine, but I kind of feel like if they make him unique, it would be more interesting. But for some reason, I feel like he will be a 4-star character. I don't know why, but I just don't see him as a 5-star character. Maybe because we don't really know much about him. But I just feel like he's a 4-star material. Maybe those polygonal snakes that he got going on. Because if you saw his snake, it looks like it came out straight out of Minecraft. So maybe that's why. Alright, that's enough. There you go.
I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if he is a shielder, it probably will be pretty cool, because I kind of want to see what they will do with Dendra's shields. because they might have like a new effect where the Dendro shields actually heals you or something. Because I hope they're not just gonna make them, you know, like just like Zhongli's shield, they just protects you. I hope they're gonna do something funky with it.
Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Just use Diona. Diona is probably the best free-to-play friendly shielder there is. And she also is a healer. So she's 2 in 1. And just use Bennett as well. Like, you're never gonna die with those 2.
Right! For a moment there, Paimon was a little worried.
And that is pretty sad, Angel. But I do feel you. I don't think I have Diona on this account either. So, I think we are in the same boat.
If you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
Well, to be fair, if you have Bennett, that's kind of all you need, really. Because Bennett is a true, like, protagonist of Genshin universe besides us. Because that man can do anything and everything you want him to do. And so much more.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're strong enough, you'll have your chance to get one. But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can your own body.
That is true, because unlike with vision, your body remains strong. And is always there for you. That's why go to gym, everyone. You gotta gain those gains. You gotta build the muscles. To become the true, you know, gym bro incarnate. I was there once. I don't want to go back, but you know what? Maybe I should.
I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the gods. I don't envy it.
Now that I think about it, why couldn't they give Ito this man's arms? That's a real question right here. Why couldn't Hoyoverse give Ito this Rongshi's arms? Just literally just give him his arms. I don't even care about tattoos or anything. Just give him his arms. That's all I want.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that masterless vision?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters and see who was the strongest.
I do respect that, Angel. I'll probably get myself a cup of tea whenever I finish up the stream as well. I try not to eat at midnight. Try to be a little bit, you know, good about it. Try to get a little bit back in shape. Exercise and everything like that. Because, you know, Zhongli awaits me. And I need to respond to his call at some point.
Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So I'm pleased with today's outcome. I don't often have the pleasure of experiencing defeat.
Angel, did you play Inazuma Quest? Because if you did, you probably know they can be reawakened. And you know why. Because it was done.
Wow! Now that's true strength talking.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be stronger next time.
By the way, do you know who else made it into the finals? Is it gonna be someone even tougher than you?
I don't know what you mean, Angel. It was literally fully awakened. It was literally popping off. It was like double elements all over the place. You know that. It was literally in a cutscene. Come on. Oh, hey there. I'm glad you can join us. I didn't say anything, okay? I just gave you hints, guys. It could have been anything. It could have been us, you know? I'm just saying. I didn't name any names. There were no spoilers. There were hints. I'm dropping some hints along the way for you. Okay? I'm giving you a little bit of a appetizer, if you will.
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard is that they're extremely quick. So don't get too cocky.
I mean, as I said, I didn't name names. So it could be anyone, it could be anything. I could have just talked, you know, gibberish for all you know.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game a little.
Ah, it's you! I watched your match. What a stunning performance. I myself was eliminated in the 3rd round. Shame. If only I could have advanced one more round.
Maybe next time, huh? By the way, do you happen to know who else advanced to the final round?
I still don't trust this stash, man. He gives me weird vibes. As I said, never trust a man who has his mustache split in half. There's a sign of untrustworthiness, if I ever saw one.
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable opponent, quick on his feet and swift to take advantage of his opponent's missteps.
You see this gap? That gap represents the gap within his words. Because you know that gap is where the lies are hidden. You gotta have a keen eyes to spot them. But you know, you're enlightened. You are smart. You understand it. We all know. That's why you gotta have, you know, your third eye open at any given moment to understand stuff like this.
I faltered for but a brief moment, but before I knew it, he had me on the floor. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically strong opponents. But faced with a nimble, agile opponent such as him, I found myself completely out of my league. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
Tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, "Why didn't you dodge?" But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't reply. "Why don't you dodge?" they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it yet.
So the entire essence of your martial arts is pretty much getting your ass beat. You know what? I don't know how to bring to you, Lian, but I'm pretty sure if your entire, you know, technique is based on you just getting your ass whooped and handed to you on the silver platter, you might need to change schools. I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, hoping that your opponent would just get tired of you beating you up is probably not a good idea. Because what if they don't? What if they have stamina of a gladiator and just never get tired? The battle of attrition is not always a winning one, you know? Sometimes you actually have to throw a fist or two in order to win.
Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time had already passed and I had to forfeit. I don't dare tell my master about this, otherwise I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm still a bit out of sorts at the moment, so I probably won't be able to help you with whatever you were here to ask me.
Angel, don't do that to yourself. Spoilers are no good. Oh, come on, that's not fun. I was gonna make it excited for you. I was gonna drop you some hints here and there.
Oh, alright then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery. Hang in there.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
To be fair, that scene was one of the most, like, left field scenes out of nowhere.
Surely she's gotta know something.
That was probably one of the only times where I was surprised by the story, because I'm pretty sure nobody actually predicted that that was gonna happen. Like, because there was no build up to it whatsoever, it just kind of like happened. And it was pretty awesome.
You gave an outstanding performance. Truly commendable.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, if you know, you know, you know. That's what it's all about.
I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, and it could have cost you the match. But you were quick to adapt, and managed to claim victory over your opponent. That is a most invaluable skill. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet, and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing remarkable, for I discerned nothing more than Captain Beto did.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on previous experience.
Probably that's the plan.
I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
Nah, I'll probably leave like the actual Inazuma quest for when we have a little bit more time, because I want to like get into it, you know? But today we're just gonna unlock it and like gaze upon the glorious entrance of Inazuma.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round. Do you think they'll be stronger than the one we faced in the semifinals?
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about their style. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also obvious that he's seen his fair share of battles. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
Beto, I don't think you know who you're talking about.
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. Let's go somewhere a little quieter, shall we?
Ooh, I think we're gonna get some private advice from Captain Kazuha himself.
I haven't properly introduced myself yet. In the land of Inazuma, I was a wandering samurai.
And also an information dealer. So, if you want some good inf on your opponent, only 500 more. How does that sound? Kazuha just starts spilling us his entire business proposition. You see, if you invest into my poetry development program, you're gonna get an investment of 500% back. That's how Kazuha gets by. Not by being a wanderer, he just provides the investment opportunities to everybody he sees. Just invest in his talent, and you get a reward of his poetry as an interest rate, you know? You get dividend by Kazuha just showing up to your door and reciting you haikus. That's how he repays you back. Not with money, but with an actual art.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't really sound like someone who's used to waving a sword around.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a surplus skill? I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fighters hailing from across the lands. I do possess some knowledge regarding your opponent's particular skill set. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
For a low fee of $9.99 a month, you can get all the hottest gossips about your opponents straight from me. Would you like to know about Electro Archon's weaknesses? Would you like to know when she goes and takes a bath every single day? All of that and more, I can provide you for a low fee of $9.99 a month. Would you be interested, traveler?
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require more than just bravery alone.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, nature also leaves its traces upon you. However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. I sense that many things about you elude me still. These are the things I am curious to know about. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order.
That does sound intriguing. Alright, let's see what Kazuha has to say to us.
Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element, but multiple. Is that correct?
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we met. You've known all along.
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say it would cause some unwanted misunderstandings. If I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, Kazuha, if I use my elemental skills, my opponents would pretty much disintegrate upon impact. So I don't think it's a wise idea to do so. That's the only reason why I don't do that.
When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism at play. I mean these things in the truest sense possible. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind and the whispers of the leaves. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you. Nothing more.
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent, like that of some mysterious being.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell! It's weird!
Paimon, I don't think you're the one to tell that.
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities?
I mean, I pretty much just touched some statues, and it went on from there. I'm pretty sure if you touch some statues, you might as well. I'm pretty sure we're just the only person that ever actually went up to statues and just started touching them. Because what if it's not just us? What if anyone can just touch a statue and they can gain the power of the element? And we're just the only one that were like either brave or dumb enough to actually do that. And that's the only reason why we obtained the power.
Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learn to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Somehow, he just naturally learned to use the elements through it all. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal something to... Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then.
Understandable.
Let's test your skills.
I mean, what a better way to form a male friendship than to beat each other to pulp. That's a true way of making friends, you know? So, Kazuha, let's make friendship that will last a lifetime.
There's no escape.
Cascade.
Hey,
I'm going in. Yeah, let's light it up. Now you shall perish.
everyone hold hands.
I hope you're happy, Kazuha. I did it for you.
Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Even with your opponent's speed, he shouldn't be able to overwhelm you. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, then his attacks should pose no threat to you.
So go for the eyes, then. Is that what you're saying, Kazuha?
Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of the elements that defies all known principles.
So should I go for 1,000 years of pain, then? Because that's the ultimate move. No man can survive it. It's a fatality unlike any other.
The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems, and one will always encounter that which is still unknown.
I mean, that's how I feel every time I take a shower as well. I try to do it at least once a day, because I don't know how some people just don't take showers on a daily basis, because if I don't take a shower, I feel like I've been dragged through the mud, and it's just not a pleasant feeling. Especially if you are like working out, or if you go out for like a while. I just don't get people that can just like come back home, just change into clothes and like chill without taking a shower. I don't know if it's just my germophobic side speaking, which is, you know, a slight one, but it is there. But if I go out for a while and I like get sweaty, I need to take a shower to feel good. Otherwise I don't. I can't like get myself to feeling comfortable, even in my own house. I just can't. In other people's houses, I'm obviously not gonna be like, can I borrow your shower real quick? I mean, I probably could, but I don't think it would go down too great.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own? Why are you so intent on exploring the connection between visions and the elements?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans these visions. My apologies. You must be completely in the dark regarding such matters. For allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways, I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding Inazuma. So that's what you're curious about? Then allow me to tell you more. As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their visions confiscated inexplicably, sometimes in circumstances that leave their original recipients dead.
Well, there's an issue. You took a shower and not just like gained enlightenment while you were at it, because that sounds what it was. You just, you know, like taking casual shower and just all of a sudden you just start, you know, unlocking your inner being. Your, as I always say, third eye just opens a little bit, and you know, it goes from there. I mean, I know showers are good, but you know, it just sounds like it.
In the outset, supposing each of the 7 archons have their criteria for granting visions to living beings, then does the current Electro Archon now doubt these criteria, or even the act in and of itself?
I guess to me, that feeling is like, you know, when you go out and it's like either super freezing or like raining, and you get inside and you get out of your clothes, you like take a shower and then just wrap yourself in a blanket and just either like sit somewhere warm or just like lay in bed. I feel like that's the best feeling ever. Especially if you have like clean sheets, like if they were washed on the same day. That feeling is unlike any other, honestly. I feel like you're being reborn for real.
Not to mention, with no new electrovisions having been granted for such a long time, it would seem that we can infer something of the Raiden Shogun's feelings on the matter.
And if you add T to the equation, I mean, at that point, there's only down. There's no way up from there.
She sounds less like an Archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an Archon that pursues eternity. She will relentlessly carry out her will with no regard to what others may think or feel. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity bring to its people? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before?
I mean, no. But a good question, Kazuha.
With time,
You get full marks for that one.
but the Shogun will remain the same.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could have just asked one of the Archons. Like, it's a side note, but we could have just asked one of the Archons. Do you know white-haired lady that throws cubes around and is kind of mean? And Jolie would be like, oh yeah, I know that one. You need to go here. But instead we just like, have you seen our sister? And also, you know this god? I don't know how she looks or what she is really, but have you seen her? She's pretty strong, you know? Because that's how I feel like we go about it.
If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking about Inazuma that Paimon forgot all about the tournament!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Just be sure to not be late for the match.
I didn't mean to click that one, but you know what? We're gonna get a little bit of walking, I guess. Get our legs stretched for once. There we go.
Why isn't he here yet?
Alright, where's my final opponent? It's time to take some names and beat some ass. And unfortunately, I'm all out of paper to take some names, so it's gotta be the second one.
Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention, please! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! This is the final match!
Oh, hey there, Greg. I'm glad you can join us. I thought you would be in bed by this time. I guess you are a little bit of a night owl today.
We've seen many exciting battles today, and now at long last, the two finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have seen him, his reputation knows no bounds.
Fair enough, Greg. Fair enough, Greg. Sorry, a little bit of a voice crack. It's been a while. Probably should drink some water, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I do understand it. I mean, when it comes to weekends, I don't know about you guys, but my sleep is a suggestion. If anything, I feel like sleeping on a weekend is only for those that are weak. And we are not weak, we're strong. Both mentally and physically. So, you gotta fight the tiredness, you know? Me, myself, feeling like my brain is melting, but you know what? I just kind of like put it on the back burner and just be like, no, we gotta keep going. That's what it's all about, really.
And the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing Liyue's traveling hero!
Our lad just says, hey there. Like in the most tame voice possible.
Wow!
Like, just something about this silhouette right here doesn't invoke fear within you. Doesn't invoke intimidation. Doesn't show the powerful figure, the defeated gods, the one face to face with danger and came victorious on the other side. Does it? Or is this the most goofy face you ever seen in your goddamn life? Because I don't know. You make the choice.
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm doing alright, Greg. I'm pretty sure the guys in chat are also doing fine from the looks of it. We're kind of losing our minds collectively on this fine Friday evening.
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinals.
I wish I could get some liquid nitrogen. Are you kidding? Well, that stuff is hard to get. You gotta have a license and everything.
But today's final round will surely take things up a notch.
I actually wanted to get some liquid nitrogen for cooking purposes. Because I wanted to try some dishes where you need to use liquid nitrogen for them. Like, I wanted to make some desserts for my mother's birthday. And I wanted to use liquid nitrogen in order to, like, make the ice cream, because I thought it would be pretty cool. And I heard that the flavor, it doesn't affect it. I just wanted to, like, make it smoky, because I know that liquid nitrogen does that. And you can get it. It's actually pretty tough to get. You need to get, like, permit for it and everything. Because people obviously don't want you to, like, you know, freeze yourself. So yeah, the idea kind of went out the window.
As for our other combatant, he still hasn't arrived.
Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long?
You can't just forfeit for not showing up like in previous rounds. This is the finals. Apologies, everyone just sit tight. They've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about this. Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
Let me see. It's gone all right. The vision is missing.
The thief have been deceived. We've been duped, goddammit. How could that happen? How could we let the vision slip between our fingers? It was always within our grasp. Now it's gone. Whatever will we do in order to reclaim it and gain the glory? There's a title of the most victorious person to have existed within this tournament in particular.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing in broad daylight?
I mean, dry ice is not the same, you know? Dry ice is more of a decorational. But if you want the actual, like, feeling of it, you know? I feel like liquid nitrogen does it a little bit better. Because I watched like a video of somebody make like ice cream with liquid nitrogen. And the effect of it is kind of like, it makes it look like it has a mist around it. And liquid, I mean, dry ice doesn't do that. It kind of just makes it look smoky. Because I had the idea of like making like ice cream based dessert, and since my mother was born in winter, I thought it would be appropriate to have a little bit of a, you know, smoky stuff going on, like snow falling. And yeah, that didn't work out. But it was just an idea. It wasn't like I was fixated on it. I still made something. I made like a nice cake that I baked with the help of my kind friend. They decided to help me out because I was like, I'm not good at baking. Can you please help? And she was like, with a gracious heart, she said, fine, I'll do it with you. So yeah.
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
Can you actually eat dry ice? I thought that you're not supposed to eat dry ice. I thought it was like pretty dangerous, isn't it? But then again, I don't even know what dry ice is, to be fair. I don't know how you make it.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watchful gaze.
Well, I mean, Greg, you could say that with cyanide or like acid as well. You're not just gonna like open up a bottle of, you know, motor oil and just like guzzle it down. That's not a good way to approach things, you know. You're not just gonna like rock up to the gas station and be like, kind sir, your finest fuel, please. No, not for my vehicle. Put in this wine glass. I'm gonna taste it. Like a classy sir that I am, with a pinky up and everything. You're not gonna do that, are you, Greg? Or maybe you will, I don't know. Depends, I guess, on how adventurous you feel.
The culprit has only acted recently. It will not. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get it back.
I do not doubt you, Greg, and that's a scary thing. That you would actually do that, probably.
Well, if you insist, I'll leave the matter to you then. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all the spectators that came to see the match.
If you would, please come with me.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you flushed dry ice inside the toilet, it's probably gonna explode. So, yeah, probably don't do that.
But we're on an island. Where could he have possibly run to?
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming. Have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me.
I mean, Kazuha is like...
Up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Kazuha is like the embodiment of chillness. I don't think there's more of a chill character than Kazuha inside the entire Genshin. That man is just like the embodiment of not giving a care in the world, in the best way possible.
Treasure hoarders.
And honestly, I aspire to be like him every single day.
In which case, please stand back.
Picked the wrong test subject.
You caught up with me? How is that possible?
With the power of wind, everything is possible, kind sir.
I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still you caught up to me.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your vision. Drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
I doubt that, but you can give it your best shot, I guess. Make it interesting for me. Or run while you can, but you will never be able to hide.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind as I was pursuing you. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist. Namely speed, stealth, and style.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Kazuha doesn't even use his visions half the time. Like, Kazuha has the most stylish animations out of every character. Like, that man just embodies style in general. I think Vision is just there for pure accessory for Kazuha.
You...
That's what a true, like, free soul that he is.
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine. I admit it. I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting contest was full of a bunch of lousy fighters. I fought my way to the finals and...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent!
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you showed up.
Look, man, you can't blame me for being so powerful. It's just how it is, really. I wasn't, you know, asking for this. I was just born this way. You can't really blame me for that. Just because I fell out the sky and acquired the power of wind, earth, fire, wind, and became the true avatar of them all, you can't really blame me for, you know, acquiring this divine power. Never asked for it. It just came to me naturally. With the protagonist's powers alone it. Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes with power comes great responsibility. And we neglect that responsibility pretty hard. Because I'm pretty sure we like late by about at least a couple years at this point, because by the looks of it, we never left Inazuma yet. So I'm pretty sure we're kind of running late on schedule. While our sister is probably like chilling in Natlan or something, we're still running along Inazuma, just trying to figure out stuff.
After watching the semi-finals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way.
Oh, I do know that Ayato is a stylish man, but come on. When Kazuha jumps, can you really tell me that it's not stylish as hell? When he lands, I mean, that's Grace embodiment right there.
Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto.
Greg, I'm pretty sure that's something you would do. No Kazuha. I'm pretty sure Kazuha doesn't cut his hair, period. I'm pretty sure for samurai is a point of pride. The longer your hair, the higher skill level is. We all know that. When the last time you saw samurai with a short hair? Yeah, you just chop it all off in one swing. I know, Greg, but come on.
I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch up to me.
Oh, I relate to Kazuha on an emotional level as well, because, as I said, I aspire to be like him, free as a wind, if you will, on a daily basis. To not give care in the world and just, you know, go with the flow sometimes. Because that's hard to do.
Dread. This should have gone differently. I know an empty threat when I hear one. Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway. It's nothing but a useless shell to me.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit's arms.
And Kazuha will be more than happy to follow the rules, you know? We just see Kazuha like casually snapping his ankles or something. You know, just popping his elbow. Just with a smile on his face in the most casual way possible.
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux fleet.
I'm talking about Kazuha. I don't know what you guys talking about. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page here. So, Greg, you decide what the conversation is about. It could be you for all you know. A little bit of misdirection, if you will.
It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Whoa, we don't need to go that far, do we?
I mean, if Kazuha says so, I might as well do it. I mean, who am I to say no?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Alright, the fight you should get then. Just don't blame me for getting your ass beat.
Here's something special. Shine down. Everybody stand back.
Kamisato Suiyu.
Alright, so how did that work out for you, huh? You see? Unbelievable. You took the hard way out, you see? All you had to do was give me the vision back, and you could have avoided the royal ass whooping that I provided you for free. Not even charging for it. You sealed your fate, really, when you decided to go against me and the Windman himself.
No! Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
Oh, have a good one. I hope you cook something nice for yourself.
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Yet still the gods do not bestow their favor upon him. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind. No further punishment for you.
I'm pretty sure life punished you enough already.
Huh?
So be gone.
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment?
Are you into that? Because Kazuha will give you more punishment, okay? Kazuha is a little bit of a sadist. Whenever it's punishment time, you know Kazuha is listening. He's always ready. He always has his whip crackling on the side.
It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable and fits the way of the samurai.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me. You truly are generous.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity for him to awaken the vision. But unfortunately, nothing happened.
That is because he's a side character, Kazuha. And unfortunately, side characters do not possess visions because they are not special enough. And the gods do not care about characters that do not have colorful hair and nice colored eyes. It's truly a shame, but you know what? Don't be a side character, everyone. Don't be an NPC. Be like Kazuha. Be a main character of your own story. That's what it's all about.
Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible for an extinguished vision to be reawakened. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment. I've tried many other methods in the past.
I mean, Kazuha getting there, slowly but surely. Maybe one day he will attain the enlightenment Zhongli God. Who knows? Kazuha might get there.
Though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for.
The vision didn't seem to respond at all.
I see. So you are also unable to rekindle the vision. No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is still mine to take for now.
Now, be prepared for some truth bombs, in case you didn't know what this quest is all about.
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend.
As every story would.
He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the riding shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the riding shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless.
That is what it's all about, guys. You see? Treasure your friends. And make sure when they go against the god, you are there with them, braving their divine punishment. Because together, anything is possible. Remember that. When you are fighting against the god, always bring a friend along you. Because you know what? 4 hands are better than 2. And that's a life lesson for you right there. You know what? Bring the entire gang. Bring like 100 people. Just gang up on the god, and you know what? One of you might be able to land a lucky shot and conquer the god. And you know what? If 100 people don't work, bring 1,000. And the next thing you know, the new war starts where like 1 million people just throw down with the god. All because you got challenged. And that's what it's all about. in the end, it's all about coming on top, no matter how many people it takes to achieve your goal in the end. Because, goddammit, if you want to go against the god, and you need people on your side, bring as many as it takes. Even if you have to bring the entire nation of Teyvat in order to subdue a god, you might as well do it.
But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
I miss miso soup. I used to drink that all the time, every single morning when I was in Japan. That stuff is good. Omurice is pretty good as well. It's just like a little bit heavy on the carbs. But I do like it. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if you have to go against the god, all I'm saying is bring as many people as you possibly can. Because power is in numbers.
Kazuha.
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Oh, hey Alex, hopefully you're doing okay.
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
I mean, that's why I love Kazuha so much, because that man, even in the face of his dying friend, didn't lose his composure. Because if many of us were in his place, we probably would have, you know, either fled the scene entirely without caring for the friend, or went into battle and probably died alongside them. But instead, Kazuha decided to do something that probably pained him to do, which is take his dying friend's wish and carry on forward living, knowing that perhaps someday somebody will be able to carry on the torch that somebody close to him left behind. And that is truly something only a strong-willed man like Kazuha could do.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
God damn, I dropped my phone. I'm losing all my motor skills at this point. Being clumsy all of a sudden. God damn.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero here is the champion.
I mean, that was pretty easy clap, if I do say so myself, so... pretty sure would have won anyway, but... I'm glad you acknowledge that.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
Nice, nice. That's what it's all been about, guys.
Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word.
You see, guys, that's what it's all about. Achieving the peak of the tournament arc and coming out victorious. Because you know what this means. We finally achieved the status of true protagonists. Because we went through this tournament arc and we came victorious on the other side. Not many could say that. But we did it. We did it as a group. It wasn't just me. It was all of us together. that will give us strength to win this. Because remember, it's not about individual. It's about a team. And being part of that said team. Because that's what we did together. It wasn't just me or the Aether himself. As I said, it was all of us. They were part of it. So we all technically became true protagonists this day. And that is something we all should cherish. And live with the thought of that. Carrying moving forward.
But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest.
Fair enough, I guess.
Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made.
Alright, sounds good.
I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to reawaken the vision.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful.
I mean, the distance is just a number at the end of the day. Because, as we all know, power of friendship knows no bounds. It connects by something greater than physical connection. It connects us by the spirit. We all launch the spirit bomb together and fuse it with our hopes and dreams of attaining true happiness in the end. Of, bare-chested Zhongli's warm embrace. That will keeps us going in these tough times. That will awakens us in the middle of the night pondering, did we achieve the greatness yet? And sometimes the answer is no. But you know what? That's what we're living for. We're living for that moment where we truly achieve the greatest reward of them all. It might take us months, even years maybe. But in the end, we'll get there. One way or another. All of us together. Because you know what? Zhongli's arms know no limits. We all can be embraced together. And that is what it's truly all about. Remember that. Because when you feel down, remember, at the end of it all, there's a goal that we all work towards. And that goal is what should keep us moving forward and improve constantly. Because you know what? Zhongli doesn't tolerate weakness. And you don't want to show weakness to our Lord and Savior, no matter what.
One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Alright, it's finally time to sail upon new waters and embark into a new journey of finally attaining the true promised land that is Inazuma, of finally finding why is Raiden Shogun stuck inside her room all the time, who is Yae Miko and why is she so thirsty. And is it truly all about Dango milk in the end? The answer to those questions and many more we will find sooner or later.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. What can I do for you, traveler? Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct? Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands.
Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
I mean, Greg, we worked pretty hard to get there, so if it is not Promised Land, then goddammit, why do we even go there? Because what if Jean-Li waiting for us there? Did you think about that? What if he waiting for us in the end of the road? He travels to every single continent that we visit, and he lurks in the shadows, observing us. What will we do then? Would you like to disappoint Jean-Li in that case? Because I know the answer is no. We gotta prove to our Lord and Savior that even without his help, we are strong and we are ready to move forward no matter what.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? Well, it's an honor to meet you.
Oh, no worries, Greg. Have a good one. I hope you have a good rest, and I'll see you next time. Most likely tomorrow.
The fleet has nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, we can get underway. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
By the way, guys, I kind of wanted to ask you when is the best time to do a stream tomorrow, because as you all know, we're gonna do a reading stream. So after the stream, I'm actually gonna ask you in Discord what would be like the most suitable time for everyone to do it. Because I thought about 6 p.m, maybe a little bit even later, because I thought it would be a nice, you know, chill evening mood to read something. But I'm curious what you think about it. So yeah, I'm gonna post it in Disc and see what you think.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course. There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose congratulations are in order. Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take is another achievement. Until we meet again, Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Ad Astra Abyssosk indeed, Catherine. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see you in like 5 minutes, but it is what it is.
We see each other every day.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
Of course you will.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See? There's no need to get all sappy now.
I mean, do you see this keyhole? I'm pretty sure there's at least like 10 of them. The Snezna just keeps cranking them out like nobody's business.
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now that I've delivered my message, I'll be heading back. The ship is currently anchored off of Guyun Stone Forest.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Alright, I think let's actually get to the Inazuma, since I think that would be a nice stopping point around there. We're gonna get to Inazuma and then explore it some other time. I probably can actually teleport to it, now that I think about it. Yeah, I definitely can. But you know what? I wanted to do it with style. I always forgot that you actually can teleport to the ship now.
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Alright, it's finally time. Let those sails be loose. It's time to go to the land of lightning. The hometown of Kazuha. And find out if Raiden Shogun is truly the weebiest of them all. If she's a true NEET that she claims to be, we will find out for ourselves. With our own 2 eyes and hands, we will decide whether she deserves that title at all. Or if she's just a fake, trying to, you know, attain the title by nefarious means. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? The land of samurais, the land of honor and pride. The Sakura land itself. We finally take our first steps into a new world. What adventures, what prevails will await us, I do not know. But we'll find out together, you and I. And here we have a Toma,
Oh, hi there.
the biggest playboy of them all. Because you know, the only people that wear dog tags
So, you finally made it.
are playboys.
You sure kept me waiting, Captain.
Except that if they are in military and Toma is not. So, it's kind of a dead giveaway.
And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
It's a pleasure.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
I mean, do not threaten me with a good time, Beta.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
So will you, Beta. I bid you farewell. And we'll see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye indeed. Look at that.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
God damn it, going through customs yet again? What is this?
I kinda thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Toma, how about we just bail, you know? Just get the boat, and let's make a quick getaway.
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried.
I don't know, Toma. If Initial D taught me anything, drifting can get you out of even the most predicaments of them all, you know? There's no situation that drifting cannot get you out of. You have trouble with taxes? Just, you know, drift on them. You have troubles in your relationship? Just drift on them, you know? You have issues with your parents? Just drift on them. That's kind of really what it's all about. That's what Initial D told me. There's nothing Deja Vu can solve.
So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Alright, and here we are. In the glorious land of the East, we finally arrived. Look at this beautiful view. I think that's a good stopping point as any. I hope you all had fun. I hope you have a good remaining of your day. And always remember, pray to our Lord and Savior Zhongli. And always, you know, go for the stars. But don't go too high. Because, you know, you don't want to ascend higher than Celestia itself. It's too early to go there. But you know what? If anything, just remember. Drink a lot of tea. And one day, we all get to the promised land of bare-chested Zhongli's hug. Of warmth. That is what it's all truly all about. And one day, we'll attain that greatness, no matter what. Anyway. I hope you all have a good, as I said, remaining of the day. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them